Trust me, it has a high package. You get to explore all over the world as a medical science liaison. You have engaged with different key opinion leaders, with different, um, you know, specialists, super specialists. So you will definitely get to know a lot after today's session.
So,
That's for sure.
and if I talk about my industrial experience, I have 3.5 years of experience in medical scientific writing and health economic outcome research analyst. Currently, I'm working with an MNC as a research analyst in health economic outcome research with the strategic market access team. We do the HTA submission, value dossier submission, and SLR, TLR, economic SLR, and clinical SLR as well. Along with that, I have worked on the CTD module 2.5, Health Authority Response Document, Summary of Change, and manuscript writing, slide deck preparation, and content development and content preparations, promotional content, web content writing, evidence synthesis as well. So this is my overall experience. I'll not take too much time because then I'll move to PPT. Profile optimization tips, LinkedIn handling example, Pharm.D, aspiring, medical scientific liaisons. You can use these keywords, medical affairs, KOL engagements, clinical research, or you can highlight therapeutic area knowledge like publications if you have attended conferences, presentations, research internship, join LinkedIn groups, medical science
So,
liaison
starting with the
networks.
introduction. So, first of all, I'm myself very much motivated and encouraged. I had attended one of the talks given by Asim sir on with respect to clinical research and pharmacovigilance. And thereafter, I invited him for a talk so that many of the participants get to learn a lot from him because he has a vast experience of more than 3 years in SLR, TLR, scientific publications, and he's very well versed with Prisma guidelines, Cochrane guidelines, and has a very strong hold on manuscript writing, slide deck preparation, and has experience in a lot of collaborations with medical affairs, HEOR teams, and regulatory writing. So, who better than him would be able to give you a industrial glimpse and insights about this profession, which is probably not much navigated or which is very much unexplored. So, thank you so much, Asim sir, for accepting our invitation. Over to you, sir.
Uh, Hi, Pam. Hi, everyone, and thank you for the wonderful introduction. And it was great to connect with all of you. And thanks again, Pam. And I hope you all got my introduction. So I'm just giving my little bit experience, what I am and what I do. Okay, so my name is Muhammad Asim, and I'm post-graduated in pharmacology and clinical research and pharmacovigilance. So, and if I talk about my industrial experience, I have 3.5 years of experience in medical scientific writing and health economic outcome research analyst. Currently, I'm working with an MNC as a research analyst in health economic outcome research with the strategic market access team. We do the HTA submission, value dossier submission, and SLR, TLR, economic SLR, and clinical SLR as well. Along with that, I have worked on the CTD module 2.5, Health Authority Response Document, Summary of Change, and manuscript writing, slide deck preparation, and content development and content preparations, promotional content, web content writing, evidence synthesis as well. So this is my overall experience. I'll not take too much time because then I'll move to PPT because let me share my screen. Just a second. And along with the experience, I have closely worked with the medical scientific liaison team as well. So, what is today's topic? So, this is the Pharmify and Payambora classes, and I got the invitation from them to deliver the webinar on MSL. So, what we will cover here. So, our today's topic is MSL, Medical Science Liaison. Sometimes we call it medical scientific liaisons because who is working in that industry. So, sometimes they use that term as a slang, not a professional and official term. So, I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, it is completely visible, and you're audible as well. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, sure. So we will cover basics to career growth, like what is the basic of MSL and what are the opportunities in that, and what are the skills required, how MSL is different from the other domains like clinical research, medical writing, health economic outcome research, because every domain is good in itself. It's depend on us how much knowledge we are carrying and how much skills we have. Okay, so let's come to the point. So what is MSL? So a MSL is a field-based medical affair professionals who connect pharmaceuticals, biotech, or medical device companies with the healthcare community, not to sell products, but to share and exchange medical and scientific information that can influence patient care. MSLs are trusted partners to KOL, playing a strategic role in the shaping how clinical trial data and real world data are understood and applied in clinical practice. So there are some terminologies used in that definition. I would like to simplify that. So we have mentioned MSL is a medical affair. What is the medical affairs? Whatever thing is happening in the medical industry, whatever communication is happening between the pharmaceutical company, researchers, doctors, biologists, sponsor companies, hospitals, medical device companies like Beatrice, pharmaceutical companies like Novartis, and Novartis is also a biotechnology company, and other health community. What is the health community means? Health community means doctors, professionals, paramedical staff, researchers, biologists, microbiologists. There are so many things. What we do here, we have mentioned scientific information and medical information. So which things carry the medical and scientific information? That is real world evidence. That is known as a RWE. What is a real world evidence? You have seen there are literatures available on the databases like PubMed, Science Direct, Scopus, Web of Science, Econlit, Lilacs. There are so many databases. I think we have more than 100 databases. If I talk about the clinical trial databases like clinicaltrial.gov, Edura CT, International Clinical Trial Registry, Japan Clinical Trial Registry, and every country has their own clinical trial registry. So whatever information, whatever research articles, whatever information is available in the clinical trial databases or literature databases, that known as a real world evidence, those literatures known as a real world evidence, and the data is available in those literatures or through those literatures, that is known as a real world data. And whatever research is ongoing which will come into the market, that will also known as a real world data. Okay, so here MSLs are trusted partners to key opinion leaders. What are the key opinion leaders? So I would like to simplify. First, key opinion leaders means those persons, like those, we can say senior industrialist or experts or subject matter experts. Their opinion matter for a product or a disease to play in the market, to enhance the sale, to make it safe and effective. So those known as a key opinion leaders. Who they are? They are senior researchers, they are principal investigators, they are subject matter expert. What is subject matter expert? Like, as I work on a disease, I am working on a disease since 10 years and I have a good experience, so I would be a subject matter expert because I am working on that field since last 10 years or 15 years. Like, someone is working on diabetes, someone is working in oncology domain, someone is working in neurology. So those known as a subject matter experts, like we say the senior doctors who are working in, who is a neurologist and they become a HOD after 15 years. So like he's a subject matter expert of neurological department. So all these things play shape the industry with the clinical trial data, because clinical trial is also ongoing, and we perform the clinical trial with the subjects are patients, with the help of real world evidence, and understood and applied in clinical practice. So this is the definition. It covers a lot of domain. I took a little bit time to elaborate MSL. Why? Because you all should understand. Because when I'll go in the depth, so maybe you will understand, because I will use the terminology RWE and KOLs, all these things. So you should be you should understand these things. Okay. So what is the medical affairs versus clinical versus sales? Yeah. In the last slide, we have mentioned one thing. MSLs engage the healthcare community not to sell the product, but to share and exchange medical scientific information. Okay, so that is very important thing. Why? Because there are one more community available in the market, which is known as a medical representative. Okay, which is a medical representative, and they also visit to the doctors. Why? To enhance the sales of the product. MSL also visit to the doctors and researchers, not to enhance the sales of the product, to share the knowledge about the product which is currently launched in the market. So this is the major difference between the sales team and the MSL teams. Okay, so MSL is a scientific exchange, KOL engagement, and insight collections. Right now, like a product launched into the market, and now they that product launched into the market. Now it is a patent of the company. So what company will do? Company will have a MSL team. They will prepare a PPT about the product. They will prepare, they will use the real world evidences about the product. They will do the literature searches as well, to make the slide decks, to collect the information, to collect the data about the drug. They will also prepare the comparative slides, like this is our product. Because it's not like that we are single player in the market. There are also another player into the market. So they also have, like for an example, there is a one product from Novo Nordisk, that is a semaglutide. Okay, and currently I think around 2 3 years ago, no Eli Lilly launched tirzepatide. Both are GLP-1 are agonist, and they use for the obesity. So that's why, so they have the head-to-head competition into the market. So they collect the information, like Novo Nordisk will prepare their slide, why our drug is better than tirzepatide, our prices are good, we are cheaper, our safety efficacy ADR is less, safety efficacy is higher, this the information we have, different types of doses form of the, and same allelability. So they will visit to the doctor, and they will train them. They will provide the information to the KOLs, HCP, and the researchers. Okay. Now, what is the medical writer? Medical writer prepare the scientific documentations, like research articles, which used by MSLs for further. Because if I have prepared a research article, so it can be used by a lot of teams. It can be used by researchers to treat the patient. It can be used by the MSL team to train the KOLs and HCP and researchers, same as well. So a document used, like case reports I have written, it will be used in the clinical purpose to treat the doctor. That is also evidence. Same as a clinical research associate. So what is the clinical research associate? There is a basic entry in the clinical trials. There are two terms in the clinical trials, SMO and CRO. So CRA work with the CRO and the sponsor company. What is SMO? SMO is where clinical trials conduct. CRO is, we call it clinical research organization or contract research organization, who conduct the clinical trials for the sponsor companies like Pfizer, Novartis. So CRA. So there is a basic opportunity, CTA, clinical trial associate. Then senior, it's a senior position of a CTA. So what they do, they do the clinical trial monitoring, like SMO. They will visit to the SMO, site management organization, like hospitals and institution trial sites. They will visit investigators, like the senior doctors, which is known as a principal investigator. Medical sales representative, they promote the product. They visit to the mainly for the generic product. They'll visit to the doctors, like please write our products, and they some some information like goods and gifts to the doctors. There are so many things. Every company have their own strategy. Medical advisor, so in internal strategy, policy guidance, and internal and external. Medical advisors are in MSL domain as well. When once they have 8 to 10 years of experience, then they become a medical advisor. Or companies hire the DM, DM specialization, MD doctors who have experience as a medical advisor, as a consultant for the internal strategy, how to prepare the policies and all, internal and external guidelines, internal and external guidelines. Okay, so here key responsibilities of an MSL. So right now, what we were talking about the MSL, the differentiation between a medical affairs, MSLs, clinical trials, medical writers, sales, everything. Now we will come to the MSL. Okay, scientific exchange and KOL engagement. So what MSL do? Clinical trial support and internal collaboration. These are major three things is done by the MSL, and they support in these domain. Why? What we do, let's talk about that. If anyone is not understanding any point, like you are stucking on any point, you can just ask, or you can drop your question in the chat box, so we will come to that and we will deliver the answer. Don't be hesitate. I would like to engage by question and answer, not on the chat. So keep remember that. So developing KOL engagement, I have told what is the KOL. Peer-to-peer relationship with the leading physicians and academic institutions. What is a peer-to-peer relationship? They will visit, like they will in touch, like weekly they will have a visit, bi-monthly or bi-weekly, and quarterly they will have a visit. So means continuously they are in touch with them. So presenting clinical trial data, yes, they will present the clinical trial data, RWE, and like it is a compliant, it is a non-compliant, it is a non-promotional manner, because they will not promote the products. Okay, collecting field insight on clinical practice and communicating them back to the internal teams. Guys, give me a moment. Sorry for the interruption. Give me a one minute.
Yeah, you can drop your doubts in the comment box, and I hope you all are enjoying the session because Sir has like himself worked with a lot of teams, so his experience he's going to share out throughout this webinar. So make sure you don't even miss this for a second, and he has abundance of knowledge with respect to this field. So जो भी queries है, whatever, do not feel hesitant, do not be reluctant. You can drop it down. All right, it's really insightful session because all right, he's back again. Okay, you can continue, sir.
Sorry for the interruption.
No
My
worries.
father was calling again and again, so I
No
had to
worries.
pick him.
Correct, correct.
There was an
Absolutely. No
urgent. Okay,
no
sure.
worries.
So, clinical trial support. So, sorry, wait. Yeah, my screen is visible. Collecting field sites on clinical practice and communicating them back to the internal team. Yeah, what they do, they visit doctors to doctors, institution to institution, and they collect the clinical practice. They collect the informations from the doctors, and they communicate back to the internal teams to make it very good and effective. So because like I have to deliver something, I have to visit into the market, I have to know how market works, then I will come with the preparation, right? Like with homework, we can say I'll come with the homework with a strong background, then I can deliver good insights. Clinical trial support, site identifications, yeah, like they also help, because in this domain, senior MSL work to identify the sites, to identify the investigators, to make the engagement, because there will be a study manager, like global study manager, with them there will be a MSL person or CRA, or both of them. They can visit to the site, they can identify, and they can tell to the investigator, like a senior doctor, like why our trial is best, why you are best for us, why this site we have identified, because this is up to the mark, we can get the patients all as well. It's not a free of cost, like company provide the money to the principal investigators. They also, like every single penny is compensated by a sponsor company in the clinical trial, so they have to manage all these things. They will manage, like financially and clinically. Supporting investigators initiated studies. Sometimes studies are initiated by the investigators with the collaboration of a sponsor. Why? Because sometimes a senior doctor feels that this product is not working. I have something, this is in our mind. I want to check this, like retrial. I want to check the efficacy. Like I want to do the head-to-head clinical trial. I want to compare both of the drug. So they collaborate with the sponsor companies, then they perform the clinical trials. So awareness of trial and landscape, providing accurate information to HCP, like whenever they prepare a landscape about the clinical trial. So there should be a accurate information. For those information, MSL use ICH GCP guidelines, uh, and where they are going to conduct the clinical trial. That country's regulatory body's guideline. Like our company, like if I talk about the Roche, they are coming to the India and they are conducting a clinical trial. So for our country, European or FDA regulatory guidelines will not work. We have to follow CDSCO guideline, that is a CDSU. Indian regulatory body is CDSU. So they will follow ICH and CDSU guidelines. Okay. Internal collaboration, like whatever I have mentioned, they will they will collaborate with the regulatory person, toxicologist, medical affairs, commercial teams, training sales teams to disease treatment landscape, speaker preparations, like ensuring scientific content is accurate. They will make the from the scientific content. I want to come on that point. I didn't clear that. What is the scientific content? A medical information which is delivered by with the help of science, that will be known as a scientific content and scientific information. So what is the scientific content and scientific information? Like what are those tools? What are that medium? That is a posters, brochures, videos, campaign, these four things, and slide decks. These five things majorly used in the medical industry. So that is known as a commonly. I'm just telling you, there are very advanced level scientific informations or scientific tools available, but just I'm telling you a basic information. So these are the scientific medium. Okay, responding to medical information requests from HCPs. Okay, so day in the life of an MSL. So there is a one thing, if a MSL want to if a person want to come in MSL organization, MSL domain, they should have ability writing, literature search. And why literature search is necessary? Because we have the database, and this is our that's why MSL team lacks somewhere, because they do not have a proper information. This is the little bit drawback of MSLs which are available in India. I have optimized. They don't know how to search the literatures. For the searching of literature, they have to prepare the search strategy, boolean operator. So that is an important tool. You have to be skilled on that point. And second, slide deck preparation. You should be, I'll show you some industrial slide decks, how it be. Like let me show you, otherwise I'll forget. Let me show you one slide deck. So this is a slide deck. Just have a look at this. This is a industrial slide deck. This is a industrial slide deck. We have prepared this. Okay, this, these. Sometimes this is a graphical information we represent. Anyone cannot prepare this on any with any type of artificial intelligence tool. So you should be very skilled how to prepare slide decks. All these things we have just prepared with the help of team. There was senior persons as well. Okay, so like morning 7 to 9 literature review, travel preparation, and CRM updates from the previous day. Morning 9 to 11, same as a usual of a working professional. Like if I'll be a person, I have to go somewhere. What will I do? I'll prepare myself. I'll go and do these things. So 9 to 11, visit KOL scientific exchange with the specialty cardiologist, oncologist. Afternoon, hospital or clinical visit. Yeah, this is important thing. MSL, there are very high travel, which is paid by company. It's a very charming job. You will get like why it's charming. At one point of view, at one point of time, I want to become in the MSL domain, but I was carrying a different like medical writing experience, everyone was saying we will consider you fresher, but we will consider you as a fresher. We will not take you as a full MSL experience. But they didn't. And yeah, it's very charming. Your communication should be strong, and the afternoons meetings and all everything like cross functionals meeting travel next to next city, but very charming job. You will have a good relationship with the doctors, with the senior researcher. That's why I love MSL. Okay, skills required to be an MSL, become an MSL. Deep therapeutic area expertise. Yeah, if you are come like oncology, cardiology, you should immunology, rare disease. Ability to interpret clinical trial data. Yeah, that's why I was telling the writing skill should you have. Study design, endpoints, statistical significance. What is p value? What is hazard ratio? What is confidence interval? What is odds ratio? Why it's used? Why we set the benchmark 95% for CI? All these things. What is the difference between 94 to 96? If it will come confidence interval like 95 to 94%, or 96% if it is not coming 95%. So there are lots of things. Somewhere you have seen p less than 0.05 in the in the research articles. Check once you will go from once you will exit from this webinar. Check what is p less than 0.05. That's why communication and interpersonal skills, scientific storytelling. Yeah. So tailoring. Yeah, because there should be a once when we are preparing the information, we have the ability to we should have the ability to deliver the information with the like of story things. Okay, handling objection, tough clinical questions with the evidence, because if you are friend of a doctor, they have a bunch of knowledge, bunch of experience, because they are MBBS, MD, DM specialized. They will ask you a tough questions, so you should be ready with your material. Building long term peer relationship, that's what I was telling. And presentation skills for advisory board, continue medical events, CME events, like continue medical education, which we deliver on time to time, and internal meetings, business and compliance understanding, pharma landscape awareness, drug life cycles, pipeline, compliance with PHRMA code, local CDSCO, ICMR regulation, and CRM use, territory management, QL mapping, all these things. I forgot to mention here. I forgot to mention one thing, two things. That's why I covered those earlier: literature search ability, writing ability, and the slide deck preparation. Okay, qualification and the eligibility. Pharm.D, most common in India. Pharm.D are the MSLs. You will see around 70 to 8%, 80% MSLs are Pharm.D. Why? Because they read the clinical pharmacology. They are expert in the clinical pharmacology. That's why company prefer to take them as a SML. MD, MBBS, highly preferred or clinical therapeutic areas. And like I told you, as a medical advisor. PhD, life science, pharmacology, biochemistry, and valued for research heavy roles. M.Pharma, eligible but more competitive, supplement with additional certificate to the MSL. And that's one of my background. Like I have done diploma, bachelor's, and master's in pharmacology, and a PG in clinical research. So that's why my education was not aligning. They were asking some additional certificate. So that's why sometimes some things is matter. Okay, Pharm.D freshers eligible, high potential, target mid level. What are the rules? We will share all these things with you. You can have a look. So there is a myth busting. Do you need a PhD? No, PhD is not mandatory in India. Approximately 55% of MSLs globally are Pharm.D professionals. What matters more is therapeutic area knowledge, communication skills, compliance, understanding, certification can bridge the gap. And everyone knows there if there are 100 PhD scholars, so we are aware how much of them done as a regular basis. I do not need to tell you everyone. You all are aware how Indians do the PhD. They do if they are working. They want only degree. They do not. If a person doing PhD with a scratch, they are different. This is the best example of Naipur and Jamia people. They do PhD regularly. They are very skilled in everything, conducting a research. A lone person, a PhD scholar from Jamia or Naipur, alone can conduct a clinical trial. They have that much of knowledge and that much of exposure. That's why whatever you are doing, why I'm mentioning it, whatever you are doing, please do it with the passion and try to learn every point of your profession. Okay, how to break into MSL, step by step roadmap. First, build therapeutic knowledge. Like, you have to be, like, just an example, you have to be experienced in some knowledge. Like, if you want to come uh, in um, in oncology, you have to identify in which domain you want to go, or you have to cover basic oncology, or you want to come in brain cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, lung cancer, bone cancer. There are different types of cancer, or you can cover your information, like you can cover all type of oncology. You want to come into the diabetes, you should have the diabetic knowledge. So learn how many diseases are becoming competitive right now in the market. Like, currently craze of oncology and neurology, immunology as well. Immunology is emerging, and diabetes as well. So you can go AHA, ESMO guidelines, the journals, NEJM, Lancet, JAMA, all this clinical research basics. You should have the ICH, GCP guidelines, how many phases of the trial, serious adverse event and adverse event reporting, like SAE/A reporting. This is essential trial for the duties of an MSL. Build your LinkedIn presence. Yeah, it doesn't matter that you are coming for the MSL background, you are coming from MSL background, whatever background you have, you should have a good command on the LinkedIn. You should have the presence, you should share the knowledge what is happening with the market. Target strategic transition roles, like medical writer to MSL, build scientific communication, CRA to MSL, build KOM and trial exposure, pharmacovigilance to MSL. Yeah, you should be carry, like, I it just one thought came in my mind. Success doesn't matter how much years of experience you have. It is matter with that how do you play with the industry and the market. That's why if you know how to play in the market, that you will get the you will get a good job. Because I have transitioned my thing from medical writer to health economic outcome research, so it was a I have learned by my own exposure. You have to know how to switch and how to play with the market. That's why you will get the, but for that, if you, like, if you played, you transit your career, but you don't have knowledge, so you will not be able to stay in that domain. So if you are, nothing should be fake, everything should be strong. That's why in my life, I'm just letting you know, in my life, I do not work on a systematic literature review in the industry. I have worked on systematic literature review as a on side by side for learning purpose, everything. That's why I can come in HURT, because I know how to conduct SLR. That's why I can come in HUR. Otherwise, I was not able to come. If I can get theoretical knowledge, so who will take me? After 2 3 months, company will get to know this person is fake. He doesn't know the knowledge. That's why skill should be there. Get certified optional but valuable, like board certified medical affairs specialist, ACMA, MSL BC via MSL Society, PG certification in MSL via Indian platform. Salary and growth. This is the salary exposure. Fresher 0 to 1 year, 6 to 8 LPA, 2 to 3 year, 12 to 15 LPA. Yeah, it's very charming job because it's a traveling job. Kind of 70 to 80% travel is there. That's why company pay higher salary, because they want person into they want person into the team. So that's why they pay very well. You can have a look in which country, what is the range of the salaries, all these things once you will get the PPTs. Okay. Career ladder. MSL 0 to 3 year field based KOL engagement, insight collections. Senior MSL expanded territory. Like you have seen that in just giving the example of sales, there are sales executive, ASM, area sales manager. First he had one city, now he will cover 2 or 3 city once he become the ASM. And then RSM, regional sales manager. They have a one region, like in West UP will West UP or West Delhi, South Delhi will be under of, like, there are let's divide 4 zones of Delhi. north, south, east, west. One will have north, one will have south, one will have everything, east, west, everything. So like that, it's work. Okay. That's why it's called expanded territory. Okay, advisory board support, mentoring, MSL manager, field medical director with 6 to 9 years of experience, team management, strategic planning, everything, medical advisor, medical affairs directors, national strategy, pipeline decision. What is the pipeline decision? Like the trials is in the line, they are ongoing. That's called pipeline. Whatever thing is ongoing, which is coming to the market and now on the trial, that is a pipeline. To how to make the decision, how to launch it to the market, what will be the targeted community to get the sales from the market, and how to share the knowledge to the community. VP, head of medical affairs, vice president. Okay, real challenges in MSL: heavy travel. Yeah, that's what I was. Work pressure, manage multiple KOLs, relationship deadlines, CRM documents. KOL handling, like building credibility with senior specialists. Yeah, that's why I was telling. We have to make, like I have mentioned around few minutes back, that if a senior doctor is asking a question, so we have to tackle that question. That's why to handle the KOL is little bit tricky, but not a difficult. Nothing is difficult into the industry. You should be aware how to tackle that situation. That's why. Compliance boundaries: MSLs must stay strictly non-promotional, navigating this because they are very restricted to the non-promotional content. It should be a clinical information, not a promotional information. Work-life balance: field-based independence is a pro, but the role demands self-discipline and time management. Okay, companies that hire MSLs in India: Pfizer, Novartis, AstraZeneca, cities are available. This is just an example. There are lots of companies: AstraZeneca, Sanofi, Abbott, GSK, Lupin, Novo Nordisk, Johnson and Johnson, Gilead Science, Merck Healthcare, LA Lilly. These are the biggest players. Okay. Now, at the CRO, good entry point for the freshers: IQVIA, Perixel, Syneos, Novotech, CleanRx, PharmaLex. There are so many, like Thermo Fisher as well. PPD is the branch of Thermo Fisher. Opella Life Science, Opella Healthcare. These are the CROs and the industrial companies, sponsor companies. They pay very good amount. Like in every domain, sponsor companies pay a very good amount. Once you come into the sponsor, your life is set. Okay. So large Indian companies: Sun Pharma, they're known for oncology, dermatology. Yeah, here their therapeutic focus is mentioned on oncology, cardiovascular, respiratory. You all can have look. Sun Pharma, active MSL teams, oncology, dermatology, CNS, Zydus Life Science, Dr. Reddy, oncology and generics, yes. Cipla, respiratory and oncology, they deal. Yeah, they are growing as well, medical affairs. Lupin, cardiology and diabetes, respiratory, and they are MSL friendly. Biocon Biologics, they deal in the biologics, biosimilars, oncology, and they also have a R&D focus. How to hunt job for the MSL, how to hunt for MSL jobs. Okay, so platform: LinkedIn, networking, MNCs, roles like recruiters, outreach. You should have a good community engagement in the senior roles, recruitment, outreach. Search keywords like medical, scientific license, medical affairs, field medical information. Like there is a Naukri.com, like volume applications, Indian farmers, freshers roles are also available. Naukri.com is a very good platform. How to tackle that info? Naukri.com. I'll let you know some tricks in the end. How to search MSL jobs. So these are the platforms. How to search the jobs? I'll come on that in the last. There are some keywords we can search: company career page, direct application, latest opening. Go to Pfizer.co.in, Novartis.com, AstraZeneca.com, Indeed India, additional insights, global remote roles, Medical Science Liaison India. Okay. Profile optimization tips, LinkedIn handling example, Pharm.D, aspiring, medical scientific liaisons. You can use these keywords. Medical affairs, KOL engagements, clinical research, or you can highlight therapeutic area knowledge like publications if you have attended conferences, presentations, research internship, join LinkedIn groups, medical science liaison networks, medical affairs. Because right, as a medical writing team, I have we have the medical writing association like AMWA, American Medical Writing Association, EMWA, European Medical Writing Association. For HUR, there is a IPSOR. So same, there are some. I am forgetting at that point right now. What is the? You can search what is the MSL community and what is known. I am forgetting the name. Sorry for that. I'll search and let you know. MSL Society, like ACMA, pages for alert job industry updates. Update Naukri profile weekly. Active profile gets 2 times more recruiters view, because if you open naukri.com, you search the job, so it shows to recruiter that you are active, so you'll get the job from, you will get the call from the recruiters. That's the best option on naukri.com, and it is widely used in India, around 80 to 90% for hiring. It set job alerts, medical scientific liaison, field medical affairs, QL manager in your LinkedIn profile. Networking strategy, connect with current MSLs on LinkedIn, and attend pharma conferences, medical affair events like APMAR India SPOR as well. Follow the engage with medical affairs content. Recruiter notice consistent scientific engagement. If you are like, you have to follow the medical affairs content, and you have to share your knowledge on the link on your profile. So recruiters are available on LinkedIn as well. They notice which is showing which content, because if you have liked, that's why commenting and liking on LinkedIn is very important. Everyone notice, everyone will get the notification which type of content you like. That's why commenting, that's why avoid controversial things on the LinkedIn. Always follow your domain, and always there should be engagement along with your knowledge, along with your domain, scientific knowledge exchange. If you are not understanding, just comment on that their post, like in the very good manner. Healthy conversation should be there. It should not impact a negative image of your from your side. So that's why this Pharmify has a 3 month certification program on medical scientific liaison. Enrollment is open, and what we will provide: certification of completion, job assistance, expert faculty assignments and projects for the live and hands-on training, software tools walkthrough. Early bird offer 1299, because actual price is 1999, but okay, so course content for MSL chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So overview of medical affairs, responsibilities and functions of an MSL, understanding therapeutic area, disease domain, clinical trial, evidence, development, medical strategy development and planning, medical information handling and scientific communications, QL engagement, chapter 8, generating and utilizing insights, career pathways in medical affairs, scientific writing and publication practice, course evaluation and assessment, and capstone projects as well. Phase 1, core foundation, clinical and scientific expertise. Phase 3, field excellence. Phase 4, career and industry readiness. Phase 5, capstone and application. So this is the, and you can also connect to them as an info at the redfarmify.in. So this is from my side. Now let's come to the question and answer session. Now I hand over to Payam to you.
Yeah. First of all, before we move on to question and answer, Asim sir, I must tell with what grace and with what knowledge you have delivered this, really commendable, phenomenal. एंड मतलब जिसको
Thank you.
नहीं भी कुछ आता होगा ए टू जेड उसको समझ आ गया होगा बिकॉज एक 360 ओवरव्यू था वे यू एक्सप्लेन द सैलरी हाउ टू फाइंड अ जॉब एज वेल छोटी छोटी डिटेल्स जो कीवर्ड्स कैसे हैं जहाँ पे लोगों को मालूम नहीं होता राइट LinkedIn searching and all the profile optimization techniques. So lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have first question from just give me a minute. Yeah, from Parvez Sheikh. I am B.Pharm with 3 years of experience in clinical data analysis, and at present I'm working as a medical operation executive. Can I switch to medical advisory field?
So I am not sure. For the medical advisory, you would require around 7 to 8 years of experience, which is known as a subject matter expert.
Hmm.
Because medical advisor is the biggest KOL in the MSL industry. And क्या होता है, like आपको अगर MSL medical advisory में आना है, Firstly, organization entertain MBBS and MD professionals. Otherwise, you should have a strong background. Like I want to be a and I want to come in the medical advisory. So I have done a lot of publication on this domain. My own research is there. So I have done the research.
Mm.
So that's why company can may company can get idea like you have the strong background. So you can switch, but if you want to switch, you can go with 1 or later 2 years. Just perform if you get some connection to perform the research and everything. You will get in the medical advisory.
Next question is from Ankit Chaudhary from Punjab. I'm in final year of M.Pharm Pharmacology, Sem 4. I want to join a desk job. Can you help me? Which is the best job for me? PV associate, RA associate, or CRA?
Though in the starting I have mentioned nothing field is wrong. Every field is interesting. It's up to you which is your area of interest. PV is also good, but right now there is a little saturation in PV. So I'll suggest a regulatory affairs is also good, and
Mm.
CRA, clinical research associate. You will not get the direct job of as a CRA. You will get the job CTS,
CT.
because that's knowledge is not available between the students. So that's why CRA information, CRA you can't get job as a CRA, but you can get as a CTA. But find your area of interest. Every field is good. RA is also good. They pay well salary, they pay good salary, sorry. And because RA also has a domain like you want to go in medical device in some like in diabetes oncology, so you have to figure out your area of interest.
So next question is by Shivani, and she is asking, Sir, in MSL, freshers job is available in Hyderabad.
Yes, you can check with Sanofi, and there is a one company I am forgetting the name. Pharma. There is a something like uh,
Pharmalex.
no, it's
Not.
not Pharma. It's a Pharma. I have uh, applied. It's from Pharma. That is a very good company to enter as a MSL. I'll search and let you know. I'll search and I'll tell you to Payam,
Sure. I'll
and he
convey
will
that
deliver
to in
the
the group.
information from it.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Next question, Asim sir, is by Dr. Sakil Ahmed. He is a PhD from pharmacology from Naipur Mohali. He wishes to ask what I feel is MSL more or less blend of medical affairs and clinical research, as most of the work we are doing as a medical and scientific affairs, except the field visit. What are your views on it?
What I feel. Yeah, very good question. Yeah, but yeah, MSL more is, yeah, you can say it is a blend of medical affairs and clinical research, but more of medical affairs, not the clinical research, because sometimes we have to support clinical trials. Like there is a during my experience there was a I was there in two meetings. One is the clinical trial from one company. I'll not take the name,
Mhm.
and the both are MNCs. So in one meeting there was only a CRA. In another meeting there was a MSL. So he delivered some information what I say. About the background of the disease, about the product, what is the pharmacology and toxicology, why it's good, and he was carrying around 7 to 8 years of experience in the MSL team. So they come to deliver the information about the product in the clinical trials as well to the principal investigator, and to visit the senior working professionals as well, because they are just coming to deliver the information, some senior persons. And if I talk about if I don't know in which field you are work, so I cannot say that what kind of medical and
Sir is a
scientific
lead associate at WNS, Asim sir. So Dr.
in
Sakil
in
is.
which in which domain.
I'll need to check on that. Maybe he can reply or unmute or maybe.
Yeah, so that's why, because if you are in SLR, you are also delivering medical and scientific information through systematic literature review. So I cannot
Yeah,
say like
hello.
hi Shakil.
Yeah, actually, it's a wonderful session. So basically, we are supporting our client for all kind of activities. Either is related to the narrative kind of literature, or it's a kind of systematic review, advisory board, and slide deck, as well as other any kind of work which belong to the healthcare profession or support their healthcare activity. So we are supporting each and every aspect.
Okay, so you are working as a medical scientific writer kind of thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
exactly. So as I mentioned, we do the documentation work. We don't have like whatever like just tell me whatever if CSR. clinical study report is communicated to the regulatory body, that is written by the medical writers. If a slide deck is communicated to a working professional, now they will deliver it to the doctors and HCP, or for the patient information and patient engagement, और हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल एंगेजमेंट, तो वो भी जो है मेडिकल राइटर्स करते हैं। लाइक एचटीए किया, वी आर काइंड ऑफ अ, बोलते हैं रिसर्च एनालिस्ट, बट हम भी वही वर्क करते हैं एज अ राइटर, वी डू द लिटरेचर सर्च। सो राइटर आर द बैकबोन ऑफ एवरी डोमेन, बिकॉज अगर रियल वर्ल्ड एविडेंस नहीं होगा, so nothing cannot be happen into the market. So that's my understanding from the difference, if I differentiate MSL and medical affairs and the medical writers, because medical writers are the core bone of everything. Whatever data is happening, whatever trial is happening, we have to document that. For that documentation, we need the medical writers.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering that so well. Next question we have from Anugula Chinmay. In your experience, whom do companies prefer to hire for entry level HEOR positions? Those with the clinical experience or those with a strong research or publication background? And what is the X factor that makes a fresher stand out?
Yes, you have already given your answer in your question. Publication background as a fresher, you are, because if you want to, if I come to the SLR thing, SLR and meta-analysis of randomized control trial is the top document in the hierarchy of the document. Then after meta SLR and meta-analysis, after that randomized control trial document known as a second most evident thing in the real world evidence community. And for the SLR, you are individual person, you can do SLR systematic literature review. There is no need for the fund or the for the regulatory body approval. You should be aware how to conduct the systematic literature review. For that, there are lots of things. Like first, you have to prepare PCOs, population intervention comparator outcome, research objectives, and first you will complete that. Then prepare a protocol. What will you do with database you will search? Then register your protocol on Prospero. Then conduct your systematic literature review. First, you will run the search strategy. Then you will follow the Prisma guideline. Then you will do the screening. You will do the deduplication, and you will do the first pass screening, that is known as the title abstract, full text screening, for data extraction, then synthesis, then critical appraisal, then meta analysis. So there are lots of things you have to do. You can check.
Wow. Shivani has a question. Nowadays, I've seen mostly Pharm.D graduates are getting into pharmacovigilance. What are your views on this?
PV, I'm not sure. Right now, Pharm.Ds are going on PV, and Pharm.D can be in PV if they have joined around 3-4 years back. Because currently there is a little bit saturation, because AI applied on that on pharmacovigilance, but some companies are requiring SQL and Python skills for the PV associate. Everyone can go in PV. It doesn't matter they are M.Pharm from pharmacology, from pharmacy practice, from public health, from pharmaceutical analysis, or Pharm.D graduate. Anyone can go in the PV domain. There is not any specific boundaries. That I have seen MSc biotechnologists are PV associate,
Mm.
so
Yeah.
anyone can go.
So I think so that rounds up the question, and most of them are answered very well and to the point. And the webinar was genuinely very, very much knowledgeable. At least I got personally got to learn a lot of things from this webinar about this unexplored domain. So thank you so much, Asim sir, for joining and delivering a webinar talk today on medical science liaison from basics to career growth. A small token of appreciation from Pharmify and PVC
Thank you.
for your time and your efforts. Genuinely appreciated. Thank you very much, sir.
And one more thing I want to deliver
Sure,
to
sure,
you.
sure. Absolutely.
About I told about the job searching and job hunting.
Right.
First, there are 3-4 steps whatever I follow. First, search in which company you have, first in which field you have to go. First, you will select the field, then prepare your resume according to that field. That is known as the ATS format resume.
Hmm.
Third thing, select the companies, which companies hire for these fields. Then filter out the companies which company hiring freshers. Then connect with their recruiters on LinkedIn. You can search on LinkedIn, uh, talent as sorry TA, talent acquisition, or
Head, talent
recruiters
acquisition
of
heads. Hmm.
IQVIA. You will get the list, send the connection, and then try to search their page. They if they are posting a job, they also mention their email IDs on their profile, so you can get their email IDs from them. So this is called the filter out steps. If you will follow this, you will get a good job.
प्लीज नोट दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट दैट सर जस्ट मेंशन वेरी फ्यू पीपल नो दैट एक एचआर के पास बहुत सीवीज आते हैं बट एटीएस फ्रेंडली सीवी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप क्यूरेट करें एंड मोस्टली लोगों को ये नहीं पता कि टैलेंट एक्विजिशन हेड करके भी एक पोजीशन होती है जो कि यू नो दे एक्वायर कैंडिडेट्स दे रिक्रूट सो प्लीज एवरीबडी नोट दिस पॉइंट दैट सर हैज सेड अबाउट फिल्टरिंग आउट concepts that's very important.
Right. Pam, if you allow, can I go ahead with the medical writing thing which I have mentioned
Yes,
on?
yes, sure, please go ahead with that.
Sure.
Works, no problem.
Sure. Wait, I think if anyone is interested in that thing, wait, let me share my screen for a second. So let me share my screen. So we are also I also run some course about the which is known as a medical writing skills development
Hmm.
program with the name of Scripto Analytics, which is mine. We are just running a course for the freshers and the students and the beginners who want to come. Earlier, it was for 3.5 thousand for 3 months and 2.5 months. Right now, we have just made it as a 1,000, like triple nine for students. So batches are starting from 25th of April, and this is 1 month of course. And you will what you will get, you will like there is a one module introduction, basics of medical writing, module three, database handling, literature analysis. This will also helpful for your MSL thing, because the literature analysis and writing skills should be there and the presentation skills should be there. So this is very good point of view if you want to come on that. So you can learn both of the things, and Saturday Sunday classes will be conducted. You will get live recorded live classes plus recordings plus hands-on assessment after a theoretical class. There will be 8 modules which will cover in a month. If anyone interested, you can just reach out to Payam, or I'll share the information with them. If you are interested, you can
You
register.
can DM me as well, or you can directly contact sir through LinkedIn or whatever platforms he has, so that you can enroll yourself in such courses. Moving forward to our courses, Asim sir, thank you very much for your time. Really
Thank you.
appreciate. I had a wonderful session with you. Hoping to have
Thank
you
you.
back as well again for another session. Really very insightful, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So for the rest of the students, we have a job ready program, a job assistance program all set for you. So you all know that in today's world, इतना competition है, इतना ज़्यादा लोग compete कर रहे हैं and jobs कम है. या मैं कहूँ talent कम है. So here we are, Pharmify and Payamvora classes with a mission to bridge the gap between academic and industries. You can see the impact that we have brought. We have more than 30,000 learners to 10,000 plus students who have mentored, 15 plus sessions conducted, webinars, seminars for free for students, and more than 25 opportunities shared for jobs. And moving forward, we have three different programs. First program that we offer is Pharmacovigilance and Safety Associate. Second program that we offer is Clinical Research and CDM. And the third is Medical Science Liaison. तो ये तीनों ही फील्ड्स और स्किल्स ऐसी है जो आपको इंडस्ट्री में ग्लोबल हेल्थ केयर इंडस्ट्री में काफी काम आएगी सो टू प्रोग्राम ऑब्जेक्टिव्स आर टू ब्रिंग अ फाउंडेशनल नॉलेज क्योंकि लोगों को ये कोर्स 20-30 हजार के मार्केट में बिक रहा है इट इज बीइंग सोल्ड एट एक्सट्रीम हाई रेट एंड जॉब गारंटी नहीं है बट वी वांट कि स्टूडेंट्स को इनका पूरा लर्निंग मिले पूरे का पूरा ए टू जेड स्टार्ट टू एंड एज अ फ्रेशर सो फर्स्ट कोर्स इज फार्माकोविजिलेंस जहां पे आपको राइट फ्रॉम एक पेशेंट आपके पास एडीआर लेके आता है जब तक वो डेटाबेस में कोड नहीं होता कॉजुअलिटी असेसमेंट नहीं होती पीरियोडिक सेफ्टी रिपोर्ट्स नहीं बनते पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन विथ मेड्रा कोडिंग आपको लाइव सिखाई जाएगी मेन एडवांटेज क्या है एक प्रोजेक्ट मिलेगा आपको विच इज द इंडस्ट्री प्रोजेक्ट सो जब आप इंटरव्यू में बोलेंगे कि आई हैव डन अ कैपस्टोन प्रैक्टिकम दैट विल ब्रिंग एन इम्पैक्ट कि भैया आपने कोई लाइव प्रोजेक्ट करा है सो वो आपको एक ब्राउनी पॉइंट्स देगा सो दैट इंटरव्यू में यू कैन बी बेटर देन अदर्स सो डिफरेंट जॉब रोल्स है केस प्रोसेसिंग एग्जीक्यूटिव सेफ्टी एनालिस्ट ड्रग सेफ्टी एसोसिएट मूविंग फॉरवर्ड फॉर द कंटेंट हमारे पास 10 मॉड्यूल होने वाले हैं जो कि ये कंटेंट के हैं यू कैन सी रिस्क असेसमेंट रोल ऑफ फार्माकोविजिलेंस डेटा क्वालिटी डेटा लॉक क्या होता है सेफ्टी कम्युनिकेशन सेफ्टी स्ट्रेटजीज पीएसएमएफ फार्माकोविजिलेंस सेफ्टी मास्टर फाइल हर एक चीज आपको यहाँ मिलती चलेगी नेक्स्ट हमारे पास जो कोर्स है वो है CRCDM का जहाँ पे आपको क्लिनिकल ट्रायल असिस्टेंट क्लिनिकल डेटा मैनेजर क्लिनिकल रिसर्च कोऑर्डिनेटर CRA जैसी जॉब्स की प्राप्त करने में हेल्प मिलेगी, वेयर यू विल बी लर्निंग अबाउट हाउ टू डील विद डेटा। आज के ज़माने में सबसे अमीर आदमी कौन है? जिसके पास डेटा है और जिसको उस डेटा को विजुअलाइज़ और बेचना आता हो। सो इस कोर्स में आप ये डेटाबेस को मैनेज करना, यू विल बी लर्निंग अबाउट द स्क्रैच, व्हाट इज डेटा, हाउ टू मैनेज डेटा। एंड लेट मी टेल यू, इतना क्वालिटी कोर्स इतने कम कॉस्ट में आपको कहीं नहीं मिलेगा। पूरा नेट ढूंढ लेना फिर आना हमारे पास, बट लेट मी टेल यू ₹999 में। एंड ऑलरेडी हमारे पास 35 एनरोलमेंट्स आ चुके हैं। वी आर ओनली टेकिंग अ बैच ऑफ 50, सो सिर्फ 15 स्पॉट्स एलिजिबल है और लास्ट 10 डेज है अर्ली बर्ड ऑफर की, लास्ट या 10 डेज है अर्ली बर्ड ऑफर के, तो जल्दी से जाओ। 999 में ये एक इन्वेस्टमेंट है, ये कोई खर्चा नहीं कर रहे हो, ये इन्वेस्टमेंट है जो आप सीखोगे। Data driven skills. This is a course content for CR and CDM. The next course that we have is an exclusive and a very elite premium course, MSL, where you can serve as a KOL manager. So आज आसिम सर ने बहुत ही खूबसूरत तरीके से आप सभी को इसके बारे में बताया। MSL कौन होता है,